Hi guys. So I'm actually going to have you do this a little bit different than we talked about because I want you to practice it more like the way our stocking is going to be. So I chained 40 before I started this. So chain 40, and then we're going to slip stitch to the beginning like we did when we made our purses. So you're just going to go into the first chain and do a slip stitch, which is just a yarn over and go through both. And that's because when we get to this point on our stocking, we're already going to have a circle. It's not going to be like this, but so this way you just get used to doing this stitch in the round, how we're going to be doing it in the stocking. So the first thing you're going to do is chain 2, and then you are just going to, you're going to skip that first one that you just slip stitched in because you already chained 2 out of that. You're going to go around your whole circle and double crochet all the way around in every stitch. Again, this is just practice, so don't worry if you miss one or mess up or anything like that because we're just practicing and taking it apart. So I'm going to come back after I have double crochets all the way around and then show you what to do next. So I double crocheted all the way around, and the reason why I want you guys to practice this way is because when we were going in a straight line and then you would have to turn and come back, that was not going to work for what we're doing for the second row and the following rows after that. So in order to practice the correct stitch, we have to do it in a round like this. So I've got my 40 double crochets, and I'm going to slip stitch into the top of my chain 2 that I started with. You can see that right here. There's 1 chain, there's 2. So I'm going to just stab into there. And remember, slip stitch is just a yarn over and then go through both loops on your hook. And that's just joining the 2 together. And then you're going to chain 2. And then the first thing you're going to do is double crochet into the top of that first stitch. So you've got your first V here. You're going to go under that and double crochet. And then I want you to go ahead and stop and mark where that first double crochet is. Just mark on top of it where you just made a V, because this is different from our purse where we were just going around and around before. We have to stop and join every row and then start a new row. So that's what we're going to do. So now we're going to double crochet around the next stitch. If you have trouble seeing like which post to go around, you can look at your next V and just kind of do this with both your fingers, and you'll see that this V goes to this stitch. So you're going to go behind it and back out the front and go around that stitch. And then you're going to double crochet into the top of the next stitch. You can do that again. You can see where it is. And then you're going to go around the next stitch, and you're going to alternate this way all the way around. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you what we're going to do on the second row. So I have gone around alternating stitches the entire round. You can see that I've got a little pattern here where you can see the regular double crochets and then the ones that were crocheted into the front post of the one before. It just kind of looks like one is kind of in front and the other one is just on top like usual. And I went all the way to my stitch marker, which included a front post double crochet around my chain 2. This could be slightly different when we do our stocking, but for this practice, we're going to do it this way. So I'm going to take that out so I can, so in the second round, we're going to do opposite of what we did the round before. So we're going to go ahead. This is a regular double crochet. You can see it sits on top. We're going to front post double crochet in that one. And then the next one you can see sits in front. So that's a regular, that's a front post. So we're going to regular double crochet on top of it. And then the next one is a regular double crochet. You can see it sitting on top. So we're going to front post double crochet that one. And so this is just alternating as we did on the row before, but just making sure that you've got, when it's in front like this, that's the front post, and you're going to go on top of it. And then when it's a regular sitting on top, we're going to front post and you'll be able to see that this is going to make a little pattern as we get more rows going around. So you can see it kind of sits in front or next to the one from the row before. It's going to be a little difficult to see before we get several rows. So just kind of practice this alternating front post, double crochet and double crochet. And then when we come back next week, we are going to go ahead and get started on our stockings. So you're just going to go all the way around, and then like before, you'll slip stitch to the first stitch, chain 2, and then you can keep going. You can go opposite again for another row as many times as you want to practice.